Becton's new attendance policy helps clarify confusion. Good morning, I'm Jonathan Flores.
And I'm Austin Kim. The newly revised attendance policy is focusing on decreasing student absences and tardies. Although Beckton allows 17 absences per school year, the attendance committee concluded that only 3 reasons will be excused for a student's absence.
These excuses include religious holidays, out-of-school suspension, and bring your child to work day.
And now turning over live to Haley with Dr. Sforza for
So, Dr. Sforza, what is the new attendance policy?
Well, the new attendance policy, as you know, clarifies a lot of the old confusion that's centered around how many absences a student needed to lose credit. In addition to that, we wanted teachers, students, parents to come together to really just make sure that everyone was on the same page when it came to attendance. So what we started to do at the end of last school year is we formed an attendance committee. And the attendance committee was made up of various stakeholders, and we really wanted to get down to the bottom of why students were absent and why there were so many appeals at the end of the year.
How has it been efficient for this school year?
So one measure of assessing how the attendance policy has worked this year is to take a look at how many appeals we have. We do have a lot less appeals than previous years. And that means that the students and parents are really starting to understand that we're tightening up the absences. 17 is 17. Half your courses, 8, 9, you lose credit. So it's extremely reduced the amount of students that lose credit. We still have probably similar attendance absences as other schools, but the more students know what counts and what doesn't count, the more we can reduce the amount of absences.
Okay, so that is it for our interview with Dr. Sforza about the new attendance policy. Thank you, and now back to you, Austin.
Thank you, Haley. Doctor's notes will now count towards the 17 allowable days. However, a note may be handed in to allow the students to make up their work.
All students are advised to revise this new attendance policy in the parent-student handbook. Becton Wildcat tennis team names Mr. Canatori as the 2018 coach. As the current bowling coach as well, this is not Mr. Canatori's first time leading a team. We now go live to Shayna interviewing Mr. Canatori on becoming the new tennis coach. Returning tennis players are very enthusiastic to have Mr. Canatori as the 2018 tennis coach.
And now I'm here with Mr. Canatori as the new Becton tennis coach. Mr. Canatori, did you play high school tennis?
I didn't play in high school, no. I played recreationally, but not on the official team or anything.
How about in college?
I didn't play in college on a team, but I did play intramural, not on the school team obviously, but I did play intramural tennis and I did play recreationally.
Are you excited for this season?
Very excited.
What are your expectations this year?
It's kind of hard to say what my expectations are. It took me a while getting used to figuring out how the whole process worked and everything, and who's actually on the team. Sometimes people weren't showing up, and also the co-op from Wallington made it a little difficult. But now I'm kind of getting used to how the whole process works, and I'm starting to make some progress now.
Thank you so much, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Back to you, Austin.
Says he's excited for a new coach and is eager to see what Mr. Canatori has to teach him.
On a side note, Mr. Canatori revealed that he's always had a passion for tennis. Currently, Mr. Canatori is taking the time and working hard to familiarize himself with the rules and regulations of the high school tennis league.
On today's news, Mrs. Hopper is coming back to Beckton, but in a different way.
Austin, our streak's about to break.
Oh my, I forgot. Let's take it right now.
Oh my, I ran out of data.
Oh no, what should I do?
Oh, you don't have Verizon?
No, I have Sprint.
Verizon has an unlimited data plan, just for $40 a month.
Change your plan now and go to a local Verizon store near you. Mrs. Hopper, who has been retired for 3 years, has created a scholarship program for students studying a language. Her long 20-year career at Beckton as a Spanish and Italian teacher is paying off as she gives back to the community. Now I will go live to Guyan Yu, who has applied to Miss Hopper's scholarship. I'm here with Guyan Yu about the Hopper scholarship. What made you apply?
The scholarship was for education majors, and I'm applying. Well, I'm going to do education in college, so And I also know Miss Hopper. I was like, I should apply.
Okay, so what were the requirements?
I think you have to have like a 2.0 GPA or above. I have like a 4.0, and you have to be an education major.
Okay, thank you. And back to you.
Technology is gradually implicating itself into Beckton Regional High School students' education. Principal Darius Forza and the Board of Education began the deployment of a one-to-one Chromebook initiative.
Spending over $170,000 over the 2017 summer, Beckton is going all in on implementing technology in their students' everyday life.
This initiative intends to redefine how teachers teach their students. Every student having access to the internet allows educators to turn their style of teaching to a fully electronic technique.
The plan is running quite smoothly and the students are loving the change. We now go to Lauren Casca for an interview about the Chromebook. Hi Lauren.
Hi.
What are your opinions about the Chromebook?
I think that the Chromebooks are very beneficial to Beckton. They really help with the students' education.
What's your favorite part of it?
I like the portability and how I'm able to bring it to every class.
Okay, thank you.
What a great movement. Thank you for joining us for today's Beckton broadcast.
I'm Austin.
And I'm John.
Thanks for watching.